Hey everybody, Miss Duke here. We're taking a look at question number 22 from practice test 8. Adele is taking a road trip. She has driven 160 miles, which is 5/8 of the total distance she plans to travel. How far will she travel in all? So basically, we know that she's gone this far, right? And that's equal to 160 miles. And what they want to know is what's the length of this entire line. In other words, all of the trip, or the whole trip. 8/8 of the trip is the entire trip. So if we kind of think of what would this look like as an equation, we have 5/8 of the line, or they want us to use d for distance probably, because the whole thing would be the distance of the entire trip. 5/8 of the distance, that means 5/8 times d equals 160. 5/8 of the distance is 160, right? Because 160 is how far she's gone so far. Now, if we're going to solve this equation, this means 5/8 times some number that we don't know equals 160. What's the opposite of multiply a variable by 5/8? Well, it's to divide by 5/8. What's the same as dividing by 5/8? Multiplying by the reciprocal. So that would look like this, times 8/5. So that's what we're going to do. What we have written here in blue, we're going to apply that to both sides of the equation. Whatever we do to the right side of the equation to keep it balanced, we have to do it to the left side. All right, so as a reminder, we've talked about this a lot in class. Anytime you multiply a value by its reciprocal, it equals 1. But if you prefer, you can go ahead and simplify, even though it's really not necessary because you're supposed to just have that in your head. And anytime you multiply 1 times something, you get whatever the something is. In this case, that's d. All right, so the only thing left you have to do is just finish this computation. Now, I'm going to recommend you divide by 5 and divide this by 5, but you probably don't know what 160 divided by 5 is from your head. So you're going to do this computation. I'll see this on your piece of paper. You'll come up with some number, and then whatever that number is, you're going to take that number and you're going to multiply it by the 8 to get the answer. All right, good luck finishing that up.